baby boys are a lot more sensitive than baby girls. They cry more, they're harder to soothe, they're much more sensitive to their environment, especially to their mothers. They also coo and laugh way more than baby girls do. But that all changes by the time they enter kindergarten. So let's talk about what happens. Here we have a happy pair of toddlers playing in the sandbox at the playground. I want you to imagine that the little boy does something to upset the little girl. Let's say he reaches over and takes her blue shovel. Well, she's probably going to protest, and she's going to protest loudly. Now, the parents or the caregivers that are nearby are going to be pretty likely to step in quickly and tell him he has to give it back to her and shame him for that and comfort the little girl. Now let's turn it around. The little girl reaches over and takes the little boy's orange shovel. Research shows caregivers are more likely to just watch or kind of pretend like they don't notice and see what the little boy will do. If he gets really upset, he will go over to the caregiver and protest. Maybe he even has some tears. Maybe she whacked him with his orange shovel. But he's going to protest, and the first thing that's going to happen, more than likely, is those adults are going to go, "What's wrong?" And if he's crying, they'll expect him to be able to stop crying, tell them in a reasonable tone what the problem is. Then they're going to tell him to go solve the problem on his own. So he will have to figure out what that solution is going to be. And now he's in a dilemma because he's actually sensitive. He doesn't want to hurt the little girl. He wants to be kind to her, but he wants his shovel back. So he has to go over and negotiate this relationship on his own without any direction. That sounds kind of harsh because the little boy is actually way more sensitive than the little girl. She's just more expressive. And when he does try to express his feelings to the adults, he gets shamed for it. He gets the responsibility thrown back in his lap to take care of things. Now, if that sounds like that's pretty rough, you got to keep in mind, but if they were exactly the same age and the same size, he would still be stronger than she is because boys have greater muscle mass. They develop very differently than little girls do. So if you think about it, if he doesn't learn to control his emotions, he either doesn't know how to use his strength because he's not going to assert himself if the parents jump in and take care of it for him, or if he resorts to acting out, is what we often call it, especially if it's a little boy, then he might get rough with her. He might reach over and jerk away his shovel and who knows what else. I mean, he might whack her with it or whatever, scream at her, yell at her. But he is in the process of being trained to control his emotions.